Hello, this is Meghnad and you're watching Sansad Watch, where we tell you what the leaders you elected are doing for you. When the monsoon session was on, the government cleared 20 bills, some of which we have discussed in our last 4 episodes. But there are some which are too vast in scope and deserve an entire episode. That's what we are here for today, to tell you how a law our representatives passed in parliament for you would benefit you. Let's get right into the deets. Our law in focus today has to do with the PMC bank scam and many others like it. Remember PMC bank? No? Main hai na. So there was this bank called the Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank. It was founded in 1984 and had 137 branches across 7 states. A majority of them were in Maharashtra. In September 2019, the Reserve Bank of India suddenly put a moratorium on it for 6 months, meaning it froze its operations. Why? Because scam. The thing is, PMC Bank had given 70% of all of its loans to a real estate company called HDIL, a nearly bankrupt company I must add. Rakesh Wadhwan, the owner of HDIL, in cahoots with PMC Bank officials, allegedly created fictitious accounts to hide over 4,355 crore rupees of unpaid loans. Just to give you an idea, that is about the same amount the Modi government had spent on advertising and publicity in its first 4 years. Yeah. Essentially, HDIL was using this bank, the PMC Bank, like its own personal piggy bank. So after this bank, the PMC Bank, was put under moratorium, the 1 lakh plus depositors could not withdraw more than 1,000 rupees from their account. This amount was later raised to 25,000 rupees, then 50,000, and now more recently to 1 lakh rupees. For obvious reasons, the depositors felt ultra cheated because a lot of their life savings went down the drain. They were demanding that the government do something about it. So as a stopgap solution, the government brought in this bill, the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation Amendment Bill 2021 or DICGC. This makes an amendment to the original DICGC Act in 1961. Now, what does this act do? The 1961 Act established the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation under the RBI. Their job was to provide insurance to people against their deposit in case a bank collapses. It's like in case a bank collapses and the depositors are about to lose their savings, the DICGC will come in and give them up to 5 lakh rupees. So at least they get that much. The rest of the money, which is if you have more than 5 lakh rupees saved in the account, is kind of Bhagwan Bharose. And it would depend on how much the defunct bank, enforcement agencies and the government is able to recover together. And as you might have noticed, that's a slow process. Big defaulters seem to have this habit of running away to other countries when caught. Netflix did a whole show about it. Abhi main is pe explainer nahi banane wala hu. Anyway, the insurance amount used to be 1 lakh according to the old act. So the government brought in this law in the monsoon session, the last session, to raise the amount to 5 lakh rupees. What's more, they have now made it a time-bound process. Depositors can claim their amount within 90 days from the date on which the RBI imposes a moratorium on the bank. The bank will have 45 days to collect all information of the depositors, their outstanding amount, and give it to the DICGC. Then the DICGC has 30 days to verify the information and check up on the depositors on how they would like to receive the money. After this, the DICGC has to disburse the funds to them within 15 days. Boom! Done! Sorted! Problem solved? Yeah, no, not solved, because what happens to the depositors who have more than 5 lakh rupees saved in their accounts? Will they ever get the rest of the money back? As I said, it's really Bhagwan Bharose. And that, my friends, is the main problem. गौर से देखिए इस चेहरे को, इनकी हंसी पर और खिलखिलाते चेहरे के बहकावे में मत आइए. चैन से सोना है तो जाग जाइए. This fellow is ex-MLA of the Peasants and Workers Party, Vivekananda Patil. He was booked last year by the Navi Mumbai police for engineering a scam of 512 crore rupees. And this fellow pretty much used the same tactics that HDIL used to scam the depositors of PMC Bank. Patil and his banker friends created fake accounts in Karnala Nagari Sahkari Bank. gave loans to those accounts and then siphoned off that money to other accounts and used it like their personal piggy bank. Patil was the chairman of the bank and also the beneficiary. Fun times. A total of 75 people have been named in this scam. The Enforcement Directorate has attached Patil's properties worth 234 crore and will try to recover some of the money he siphoned off. That bank, on the other hand, has been put into moratorium. And you'd be happy to know that the DICGC has assured all eligible depositors that they will be given the full 5 lakh rupees insurance amount. Why did I tell you all of this? Because like the PMC bank, like this Karnala Nagari Sahakari bank, there can potentially be thousands of other banks which are indulging in similar loan giving scam type activities. The DICGC Act does nothing to address how this whole situation can be fixed so that future instances like these can be prevented. It's great that a temporary relief would be given to depositors in a time-bound manner. It's also good that the people with small accounts with less than 5 lakh rupees in their bank will get their money back. But how do we stop this from happening again and again and again? You see, banks collapse because of a very simple reason. They give out loans to people who don't repay them in time. Then the bank comes to a stage where it can't pay the depositors and wham! Down the moratorium drain. According to the RBI, as of March 2021, we have 6,78,000 crore rupees worth of bad loans in the entire system. The government has been doing a lot of things to bring this down, which includes improving bankruptcy and insolvency process, making it easier for banks to recover money from businesses by selling off their stuff, establishing 6 more debt recovery tribunals, merging smaller, weaker banks together to make it into bigger, stronger banks, and a lot more. But despite all this, it's not an easy task at all. What's worse, RBI has said gross non-performing loans are expected to rise to 9.8% by financial year 2022. 1 out of 10 loans has a chance of failing. Just think about that. And that is why there was a scramble to get DICGC on board in giving immediate relief to small depositors. At least up to 5 lakh, paisa pakda denge in a time-bound manner, and then the government will buy some more time for themselves to go after big defaulters who have a habit of running away to other countries. As for the PMC bank, there are reports from July which indicate that it will be merged with another bank to make it healthy again. Will the high value depositors ever get their money back? Who knows these things? We'll have to see. As I said, Bhagwan Bharose. Now we move on to some related questions that were answered by the government in Parliament. Speaking of defaulters, Rahul Gandhi asked the government to reveal the bank details of the top 50 willful defaulters at present, including funds advanced and the amounts written off. Also, for the steps taken by the government for recovering the default amounts. The government did not give any names. They said that the RBI does not maintain information about defaulter-wise details of recovered loan amount. It also said that banks have managed to start the process of recovery for more than 5,12,000 crore rupees worth of bad loans till 2019. That's more than half of the total bad loans we had during that time. They gave a helpful table of the total amount of bad loans that have been written off. Add all of that up and you'll get an amount of 66,177 crore rupees. We added it up because they didn't. What's weird in this is that when activist Saket Gokhale filed an RTI to the RBI asking the same question, they actually gave a list of 50 willful defaulters. So why then did the government say that the RBI does not have this data? मतलब कुछ भी हो रहा है, कुछ भी, by God. Moving on to our final segment, a new segment we are calling Know Your Neta. This week's Neta on our radar is Member of Parliament N.K. Premchandran from the Revolutionary Socialist Party. He represents the Kollam constituency in Kerala. Our ex-speaker of Lok Sabha, Sumitra Mahajan, has given him the title of one-man army. Why? Because this man is the only member of parliament from his party, and yet he has participated in a staggering 297 debates in the last Lok Sabha. In this Lok Sabha, so far he has participated in 143 debates. Mind you, the national average for debate participation is 25. On top of this, he has presented more than 2000 amendments to different laws. So yeah, he's like the super nerdy class topper of Lok Sabha. And rightfully so, because he has worked in every level of government possible. He was elected as the member of Navaikulam Gram Panchayat between 87 and 95, then member of District Panchayat in 1995. He has been elected to the Lok Sabha 4 times in 96, 98, 2014 and 2019. He has been nominated in the Rajya Sabha once in 2000. He was also elected as the MLA of the Kerala Legislative Assembly from the Chevra Assembly constituency in Kollam district and was the Minister of Water Resources from 2006 to 2011. Quite a bio. By the way, N.K. Premchandran is a dedicated man. He started his career in student politics under the banner of Revolutionary Socialist Party and continues to fly their flag till date. Did not waver or go to any other party even once. No resort visits in Volvo buses. Unreal. Premchandran has written a book called O Iraq based on his travel experience to Iraq, and he was instrumental in taking up the issue of the safety of the Mulla Periyar Dam. More famously, he is known for filing a private member's bill in parliament that overturns the Supreme Court Sabrimala verdict, which allowed women of all ages to enter the temple. The bill didn't get through because, well, it's a private member's bill. For more on what that means, watch this. If you want me to profile any MP in the current parliament, do let me know in the comments below. Normal vanilla MPs only, please. No ministers, please. That's all I have for you this week. Remember, if you want to make parliament great again, you need to watch it first. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Sansad Watch. This is our inter-session period episode. Monsoon session खत्म हो गया, अभी inter-session शुरू है. We'll be covering a lot more things. Media ना पार्लियामेंट शुरू होता है तब भी कवर नहीं करता, तो अभी भी नहीं करेगा. But we will keep a watch on reports, we will keep a watch on bills, what the government is up to, and also keep telling you about more fun MPs in parliament. So if you want more shows like this, and if you want more research to be done on this, then please subscribe to News Laundry by going to newslaundry.com/subscription and pay to keep news free. मुझे और research staff hire करना है. Please help.
We, being an independent platform, depend on our readers, viewers and listeners. Support independent media by subscribing to News Laundry. Go to newslaundry.com, click on the subscribe button at the top and pay to keep news free.